Hi everyone, welcome to Faraja Swift Chat. My name is Jeffrey Sambasa. Yes, we are at it again and we are back with a very interesting topic and very engaging, and we welcome you to interact with us on our various social media channels. That is Faraja TV Kenya on Facebook and YouTube. And also you can send in your comments to the numbers down below so that we're able to incorporate your ideas in all our episodes. Today, I want to congratulate our life coach. Yes, and I'm very excited and happy about it actually. Yeah, that shows me that there is something she's doing and it is for the best.
Thank you.
So congratulations.
Thank you.
For the award on our table. Viewers, you can see, yes, it is here for all of us. Yes, and I'll welcome her to talk about it kidogo, then we delve in our topic.
Yeah, actually this came as a surprise, and I just want to thank you and our viewers because they voted for me, and all people out there who voted, because this nomination came in as a surprise.
Yes.
And it's just a sign that somebody out there is being blessed by what I do. And so I'm grateful to have been recognized and having won this award. So what it does, it just made me leave that award ceremony fired up, feeling like I want to do more. And so, yes, it's another phase of my coaching work, and we keep shining and keep doing this.
Yes, and I know there is so much in store for you.
Yes.
And I'll just urge you to keep up
and
keep on pushing.
Thank you.
I know you're touching many,
Thank you.
and I know many are getting blessed by what you're doing.
I appreciate it.
So, help us celebrate. Where you are, help us celebrate. Yeah, that is all we can say. Na inainua spirit ya mtu. Even if you're doing it for free, inainua your spirit and you really want to continue.
You're the one who keeps saying we give flowers when we are still alive.
Yes.
So they gave me mine.
Yeah, and last week I told you I'm giving, na wakaongeza.
Yes.
That is a big up.
I appreciate.
Yes. So, I want us to go into our today's topic. And before we go into the topic, I want you to introduce yourself. For someone who is seeing you for the first time. Na pia wale ambao wanakuona na labda wanasahau. Tukumbushe tu Abini nani.
So Jeffries has now changed my title to the award-winning life coach.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm proud of it and I'm grateful. My name is Coach Blessed Abby. I'm a mindset and holistic wellness coach. That's what I do. I just help people to live their best lives, to move from ordinary lives and discover who they can be when they live their extraordinary lives. So I do life coaching. I'm based in Nakuru. I have an office in Nakuru. And I also do online coaching. And what we do with Jeffries here is also something I love. So thank you.
Wow.
Yeah.
It gives me joy to see a woman win. Me, I don't know how other people. By the way, for me as Jeffries, let me confess for the first time, maybe sijawahi waambia. I feel so excited when I see a woman win. Sawa?
Yeah.
And this one kwanza it's called AfriGlow Women Choice Awards.
Yeah.
Yani vizuri kujipenda kidogo. This show me wababa wakuwa hapa. It was all women affairs.
Yes.
That's a plus.
Yeah, but men came, they supported us. They were there.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you.
So
I want us to go into our topic of the day. For the longest time we've been talking about tumekuwa na msururu wa topic to help us grow and change our mindset.
True.
So last week we talked about the traumas we go through.
Yeah.
But now today I want us to talk about healing.
Yeah.
Why someone has to heal and also forgive others and the compassion about it or behind it.
Yeah.
Sawa? So our topic today is about healing, forgiveness and compassion. Either to oneself or extended to another person. Right?
Yeah.
So as a life coach, you've walked this journey.
Yeah.
And then when we talk about healing emotionally or in the inner being of a person, what is it? What is this healing? And why is it so important that one has to heal?
Let me first say, our viewers could be wondering why I have a patch on my face.
Pole.
So I just thought maybe God decided that I should come as a demo
Yeah.
of healing.
Yeah.
Because right after the award, it was on Saturday, on Sunday I got an accident just in the house.
Ole.
But I'm glad I'm doing well. So I'm going through healing. So, you know, healing is that process of becoming whole again. Now mark the word process, because it's something that is ongoing. So it can be mind, spirit, body, mind, and spirit. So most of the time we are conversant with the healing of the body. You have a headache, you need healing. You have an injury like what I have, you need healing. But then now we also look at the emotional side, the spiritual side, and you being whole again. Now I came with these just to demonstrate. You see, when you are, I hope the viewers can see, this is disease. And so disease is when dis and then is. These are two words. So dis means lack of something. Is, so it's lack of ease. Like disappointed, it's lack of appointment, for example. So when you're not well, you have a dis-ease. You are in a state of dis-ease. And so now healing takes you back to where the dis is no longer there. So you are not now at ease. So you go back to who you were before whatever happened to you happened, or even better. It's not forgetting or ignoring what happened. It's not covering it up or assuming it didn't happen, because that's what most of us do. But it's choosing to go through that process, the whole of the process until you heal, which we will talk about.
Wow,
Yeah.
this is a new revelation.
Yeah.
This is a new revelation to me. And wow, we are learning and learning.
Yes.
Abby, you're so passionate about healing. Is there any, do you have any history that is attached to it?
Yeah, that is where my journey started. That is where actually coaching was born, the healing. So Jeffries, I used to be this person who would be hurt and brush things under the carpet. I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
So I used to say, me usiwekangi grudge. Me, I don't store people's issues in my heart. Kumbe, all I was doing was brushing them off. So a time came 5 years ago, something serious happened. You know, that kind of thing that you can't ignore. And that's when I realized I have never healed. Right from childhood, I've been storing up things. And so I would go to work crying. I would drive to work crying, get to the office, clean my eyes, sit on the desk, and be the, you know, I used to be the advisor. Talk to people as though nothing has happened.
Yeah.
In the evening, go back to the normal. So this one day, I'm driving to work, and I like listening to an inspirational video on my way. Anytime I'm driving or just somewhere, no, not actively involved in the brain, I'm listening to something. So something pops up on my feed on YouTube, and it's a preacher known as Christine Caine. So Christine Caine preaches from the book of Luke. You remember this man who is disabled and has been there for 38 years and is waiting for somebody to dip him in the waters.
Yeah.
And Jesus comes and asks the man, do you want to be well? And the man didn't say yes. Start stories, you know.
Yeah.
And then Christine said, are you this person who is like this man? You know you need to be well, but you have so many excuses. Maybe like him, he thought, if I get well, where will I get these 1,000 bob I normally get here? And that hit me, that Abby, you have refused to choose healing. And so that day, I decided I'm going to start that path, but I didn't know how. So I meet a life coach, and we get into a healing and forgiveness journey. So she was giving an offer, so the offer attracted me because I was also afraid of spending on myself. And so I remember it was December 2020, and I pay the deposit. And we are to start in January because I'm like, I don't want to start the year with these burdens.
Okay.
So at that point, I'm realizing the people who hurt me are not even apologizing. So it's upon me to do something. And so we start the journey, and she tells me, what do you want? And I said, I just want to heal. I want to be happy again. I want to recover my joy. And so she asked me, do you want to forgive? And I said, no.
And you don't want to forgive?
Yes, I don't want. Why? Because I feel the people who offended me will step on me if I forgive.
Yeah.
And then she asks series of questions like we always do in coaching. And finally she asked, do you think it's possible to heal without forgiving? And I thought about it and thought, no. So we started the journey. It was not easy. It was tough. I cried a lot, but then it was a long journey. But then I got to the point where now I could let go. And it's a long story, so if I say it, then this whole episode will be about the story. But something remarkable is that I used to have acne on my face. I used to have sores that would just pop up, have fluid inside, and then burst. At some point, I could not walk properly. That I remember we did a declutter challenge with my coach. So that Sunday, I'm just decluttering, removing things I don't want from my drawers at home. And I think to myself, Abby, the same way you are removing these things, why can't you let this pain go? And at that point, I felt like the weight just went down. Like something from my shoulders was taken and off. 2 weeks, the acne disappeared, the sores disappeared. So it was me poisoning myself.
Okay.
So ask me why I'm passionate about this.
Yeah.
That is the reason.
Wow.
That is where, and now from there, I discovered I want to lead others in this journey of healing. So that's where you will ever hear me talking about healing, because then I was freed from a prison I was in for a very long time. Yeah.
Wow. There is something you've said,
Yeah.
and it has left me asking myself. So it means sweeping some mistakes under the carpet. It is very dangerous.
Yeah, because, you know, when you sweep them, they are just there. They are waiting for the right time to erupt. So for me, I used to erupt all the time. Something happens, I erupt. Something happens, I erupt. Like somebody offended me 3 years ago, I just wait for that opportunity where they will say something and erupt. So it's not, you're not doing yourself a favor really by ignoring these pains. You're just storing it for later. Yet it's eating you from inside. So it doesn't help.
And now, also, because some people who offend us are the people we live with in the same house. Other than we live with them in the same house, they are people we see every day.
Yeah.
So if you say that sweeping them under the carpet is dangerous, and sometimes you feel addressing them every day is like wasting time, because you will address someone who is not willing to change. So what am I supposed to do?
You know, the healing journey is not about them. It's about you. And so you can't change them. You can't change anyone else. You can only change yourself. And so it could be your parent, it could be your husband, whoever. But then you can't change them. The only person you can change is you. So when you decide that I'm going to go on a healing journey, it's for yourself. And it reaches a point that once you're healed, what they do doesn't trigger you anymore, because you get to a point of understanding it's about me. It's about protecting my space. It's not about them. And Jeffrey's, everybody is living their own story on earth. You're living your story. Like now, I love my spouse very much, but I'm living my story. He's living his story. And no one wakes up in the morning and decides, I'm going to hurt this person.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it's not about you. It's about them. It's whatever is happening inside them that is causing them to do the wrong thing. The problem is most of the time we personalize it. We feel that alinifanyia, aliniona, you know, but then almost always it's about them. It's something going on in them. So you can't change that. You can only change what's going to work for you. And so for me, choosing myself helped. And eventually, it even changed those people around me. Yeah.
Me, I want us to talk in a manner that we are going to help ourselves and someone. Abby, in your life and also in this coaching career, I want us to be categorical.
Yeah.
Hii swali nitakurushia like categorically you spell it out. Kuna mtu atakukosea akirudia na huyo mtu hayuko willing ku repent, akwambie pole. Umenielewa? Like yeye every time anakuona anaona tu anafaa wewe anakuoffend. So in short, is it si lazima nikuwe na engage huyu mtu ati tunafesiana aniambie pole. I can choose to let go bila kumuengage in any way.
Yes.
So it is for my own sake. Kindly address it. Our viewer aelewe that having to heal si lazima ukue una face offender every now and then. Kindly address it.
You know, I used to believe that for me to forgive my offender, lazima akuje aniambie from Genesis to Revelation. Kwa nini alifanya vile amefanya? Mbona aliamua hivyo and all that. And I realized it doesn't come easy. People have their own pride, their own ego, and then remember, as I've said, they are living their own lives. So it's not about you. And so I realized I don't need that explanation. It's freedom I'm giving to myself. Unajua Jeffrey, kubeba mtu kwa roho
ni ngumu.
Ni kuweka mtu kwa mind yako, anaishi huko na halipi rent. Hakulipi rent.
Na hakulishi.
Hakuna kitu anakusaidia.
Bai hata maji ya kunywa.
Yeah. So nothing. So why not decide that I'm not going to rent them space in my mind and in my heart again, free, and just decide that it's not about them, it's about me. Because this person who offends you, some never come to say sorry. Some even die before they come to say sorry. So you find somebody who is so mad at somebody who is dead, yet this person is already gone. So walking that journey, there are people you will go and tell, you offended me, but I've forgiven you. But there are those you may not get the opportunity. So when I'm working with my clients, there are things we do. Like sometimes I tell you, write a letter to that person. Write it, write everything. Hata kama unataka kumtusi, andika yote hapo. You don't have to take it to them, but you have released it. So we use such techniques and just help you to release it and help you to let it go. So the other person really doesn't have to come and say, I'm sorry, because some sorries may never ever come. It's you deciding that I'm freeing myself. Because as you continue, remember like me, who was poisoning myself, you're taking this poison, believing that that person will die, yet you keep dying slowly. So why kill yourself for somebody who may never bother about it?
So I want us to clarify something. Huyu ni mtu aliofendiwa, you are offended, right? And ukajipeleka tu klasi yako mwenyewe. You never went to any counselor. You never went to any life coach. You shared it with nobody. You carried it with yourself. in you na ukajiongelesha ukajiambia I don't want to be part of it. Is that person in safe space? Kwa sababu yeye na huyo offender hawajawahi ombana msamaha, but in their heart wako sawa.
Yeah, as long as you're free from that person, it doesn't trigger you anymore, then you're okay. Because it doesn't have to involve that person. Jeffries, kuna watu unaenda kuambia, they even add, salt to the wound. So such people, you will work on yourself, create the boundaries, decide that I have forgiven you, but we don't really have to talk about it.
Yeah.
Where possible, talk about it. Because forgiveness, Jeffries, is not reconciliation. Forgiveness is for you. If an opportunity for reconciliation comes, then you will talk. But forgiveness and reconciliation are two different things.
Thank you for that. Now, there are these people who are not ready to forgive. Yeah, they were offended, lakini anasema no, I will not forgive you and I will not let you off the hook. Kindly address such a person.
You know, we think forgiveness is unfair. Because remember, we are thinking it's about us. Amenikosea, hiyo kitu alinifanyia, I will never forgive. But then, remember we've said it's not about your offender, it's about you.
Yes.
As you keep hurting, as you keep swearing, I'll never forgive, as you keep having pain and sometimes sickness, like it was in my case. Let me give you an example. I heard this from a preacher I like listening to on YouTube. She said there was this lady who the husband had an affair. And she told him, I will never, ever forgive you. So one day, this lady is sick. She gets cancer and she's in hospital and she's dying. So the husband is concerned, calls the pastor to come and pray for the wife. And then on the way, the pastor asks God, what message do you have for this lady? And then God speaks to her, to him, and tells him, tell her if she forgives her husband, she will walk out of that hospital free of cancer. And so he goes, talks to her, and now that's when he realizes there was a case of infidelity and the wife has never forgiven. And talks to her and she says, no, I can never forgive. Hiyo niliamua, I will never forgive. And so she dies. She refused and she died. So see about that. When you die, your children are the ones left without a mother. And somebody was saying, you know those people who you think have offended you so much, they will keep offending you because they'll be the ones who will come torture your children. In fact, somebody told a friend, unajua ukikufa, watoto wako watakuwa wafanyikazi wao. So why subject them to a motherless life just because you must hold a grudge? So not forgiving, as we've said, is doing harm to yourself. You're not hurting the other person, you're hurting yourself. So the best thing is to let go. If you can't do it yourself, find help. But make that decision that this is not something I want to carry, I am letting go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Our viewer, healing is not for the other person who is the offender. It is for us. Maybe today you're opening my eyes. Yeah, I'm really learning.
That's why we are here.
Yeah, because imagine she could have just let go
Yeah.
and forgiven the husband.
Yeah.
She could have lived. You choose to lose your life for the sake of another person, and that is on another level.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And now ukishaenda see this guy will marry another woman
Yeah,
and life
wenye
will continue.
wamemzunguka wote.
Why would you leave your purpose on earth just because somebody offended you? You know, choosing to die is refusing to hold on to your purpose. Yeah.
Wow. Our viewer, we are going to take a short commercial break. And when we come back, our life coach is going to continue on the same topic. And I know you're learning, and I know you're getting what I'm getting. Because for me, I am getting it.
Thank you.
And I want you to comment down below. Kindly, just send in your comment, because I know all of us are in a space where in one way or the other you've been offended.
Yeah.
In one way or the other you've been traumatized. But we choose to let go so that we thrive again. Right?
Yeah.
So comment down below. Write to us what happened and what you did. Because we do it so that we come out of it.
Yeah.
We'll take a short commercial break and we'll be right back.